You know that feeling, right? You've crammed for a test, you're trying to learn a new skill, and then poof, a few days later, it's like it was never there. But what if I told you the secret to remembering more isn't about your brain, but about your feelings? Okay, do me a favor. Think back for a second. High school, college, whatever. Picture yourself sitting in a classroom. Got it? Now, what's the number one feeling that pops into your head? Was it excitement, fascination, or maybe something else? Yeah, if you thought boredom, you are definitely not alone. It's wild, but when this exact question is asked to huge audiences, that's the word that just echoes through the room. And it turns out that single emotion is a massive wall standing between us and actually learning anything. So here's the crucial link. That feeling of boredom is directly tied to forgetting. It's the reason most of us can't remember the periodic table to save our lives. It's simple, really. If your emotional energy is low, the information just doesn't stick. It's like trying to use tape on a dusty surface. But what if the solution isn't about the information, but it's about us? This leads to a pretty profound idea. All learning is state dependent. Basically, whatever you learn gets hardwired to the emotional and physical state you're in at that exact moment. So what in the world is a state? Just think of it like a quick snapshot of how you're doing right now. And that snapshot is colored by two really powerful forces: your psychology, so your thoughts and your mindset, and your physiology, which is all about what's going on with your body. This brings us to this absolutely brilliant formula for memory. It's so simple. Information times emotion equals long-term memory. That's it. When you deliberately attach a strong feeling to a piece of information, you're basically putting a giant glowing sticky note on it for your brain that says, hey, this is important, save this. And this just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the typical school setup. Boredom plus information equals a totally forgettable lesson. But look at the other side. You take that exact same information, but you pair it with a high emotion state, like real, genuine curiosity. And all of a sudden, it's memorable. The information didn't change, your state did. This is all fantastic, right? But it kind of begs the question, are we just at the mercy of our feelings, or can we actually take the wheel and steer them where we want to go? Well, the answer is a huge, resounding yes. And let's break down exactly how you can do that. So here it is. This is your toolkit. It's a simple 3-step process to actively shift your state before you sit down to learn anything new. First, you're going to change your body. Second, you're going to change your mind. And third, you're going to act the part. Okay, let's dive into step 1, your physiology. This is all about your body. So before you open that textbook or start that tutorial, just take a second. Check in. Are you slumped over? Sit up straight. Change your posture. Take a couple of deep, energizing breaths. Physically position your body as if you're about to hear the most exciting news of your life. It sounds so simple, but it sends a massive signal to your brain. Next up, step 2, your psychology. This is your mind game. Instead of that little voice in your head saying, ugh, I have to do this, you need to ask yourself better questions. Ask, what could actually be fascinating about this? Or how is this knowledge going to help me reach my goals? Even better, just take 30 seconds to visualize yourself already using this new skill successfully. You have to generate that curiosity on purpose. And that right there, that's the core message. This isn't about waiting around for inspiration to strike you like lightning. It's about making a deliberate, conscious choice. You can choose to be fascinated. You can choose to be curious. You literally have the power to generate the very emotions that turn learning into a kind of superpower. So the ultimate takeaway here is this. You are not some passive bucket waiting for information to be poured into you. Not at all. You are the active architect of your entire learning experience. You design the environment, you control the emotional temperature, and because of that, you determine the outcome.